Stop competing with everyone else. That guy at the gym, forget about him. That influencer with 1 million followers, not your competition. That person who seems to have it all figured out. You don't know their story. The only person you should compete with is someone you already know very well. Yourself, specifically yesterday's version of you. And in the next 18 minutes, I'm going to show you why this mindset changed my life, why it'll change yours, and exactly how to implement it starting today. But first, let me tell you a story. 3 years ago, I was stuck. I'm not talking about I want to improve my life stuck. I'm talking about really stuck. The kind where you wake up and think, I'm never going to be as good as other people. They're already ahead. I can't catch up. Everyone else is smarter, faster, richer than me. I was comparing myself to my ex-classmate who became a CEO, my colleague who got promoted before me, my friend who had 500K followers, literally everyone on social media. This comparison game, it was destroying me. I felt inadequate, unmotivated, depressed, like a failure, and the worst part, the more I focused on what others had, the less I did anything for myself. I was stuck on the couch, watching other people's success, spiraling into self-pity. Rock bottom came on a Tuesday morning. I woke up, looked in the mirror, and asked myself, how many more days are you going to waste comparing yourself to people you don't even know? And something clicked. That day, I had an epiphany. Everyone I was comparing myself to had one advantage over me. They had already been competing with themselves for years. Think about it, the CEO. He started with 0 employees. He competed with his 2-year-old self for 10 years. The influencer? She made cringe videos when she had 10 followers. She competed with her old self 500K times. The successful person you see today? That's not their starting point. That's the result of them beating yesterday's version repeatedly. And I had been so focused on the destination that I never started the journey. So I made a decision that day. I'm not going to compete with them anymore. I'm only going to compete with yesterday's me. Sounds simple, right? But this one mindset shift changed everything. And let me explain why this works. Because it's not just motivational fluff. There's real science behind it. Let's talk about why competing with yesterday's you is so powerful. Reason 1. It's the only fair competition. When you compare yourself to others, you're comparing your beginning to their middle, your insecurities to their highlight reel, your 1-year journey, to their 10-year journey. That's not a fair game. You're guaranteed to lose. But when you compete with yesterday's you, it's perfectly fair. You both have the same skills, the same resources, same opportunities, the same 24 hours. The only difference is 24 hours of experience. And that's a competition you can actually win. Reason 2. Progress triggers dopamine. Here's Neuroscience 101. Your brain doesn't care about reaching the destination. Your brain cares about progress toward the destination. When you see progress, your brain releases dopamine. That's motivation. But here's the problem with comparing yourself to others. You might never feel like you're making progress because someone else is always ahead. But when you compete with yesterday's you, every single day, if you're even one better, your brain recognizes that progress. And BAM dopamine hit. You feel motivated. Repeat this for 365 days and you don't feel tired. You feel alive. Reason 3. You build resilience through momentum. When you focus on beating yesterday's you build momentum. Small wins create bigger wins. If you beat yourself yesterday, you'll try to beat yourself today, and tomorrow, and next week. This is called the momentum effect. And research shows that people with momentum are 3 times more likely to achieve their goals, more resilient to setbacks, more confident, happier overall, because they're not waiting for a perfect moment to start. They're winning every single day. When you have momentum, failure feels different. It's not I failed. It's yesterday I did better, today I did okay, tomorrow I'll do even better. That's the mindset of winners. So I decided to test this theory. I committed to competing with yesterday's me for 90 days. Here's how month 1, the awareness phase. First, I defined what beating yesterday's me meant. It wasn't becoming perfect, matching someone else's level. Achieving something huge was one better in one area. That's it for me. I chose 3 areas: health, exercise, 15 minutes more than yesterday, learning, Read 10 pages more than yesterday. Relationships. One meaningful conversation more than yesterday's. Small, specific, measurable. Day 1, I exercised 20 minutes. That's my baseline. Day 2, I exercised 21 minutes. Small win, dopamine hit. Day 3, I read 10 pages instead of 5. Small win. By day 30, I was exercising 40 minutes, reading daily, and having better conversations. Did I look like an athlete? No. Did I become a genius reader? No. But I was 30% better than 30 days ago, and that felt amazing. Month. The compounding phase. Here's where it gets crazy. Compound interest isn't just for money. It works for personal development too. By week 5, I wasn't trying as hard. It was becoming my identity. I didn't say I should exercise today. I said, that's what I do now. I exercise. My friends started noticing, wow, you look healthier. You seem more knowledgeable. You're easier to talk to. But here's the thing, I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was just one better than yesterday. Every single day. Cumulatively, that's a 30% improvement in 30 days. By the end of month 2, I was a different person. Not because I did something extreme, but because I did something small, consistently. Month 3, the snowball effect. Month 3, something unexpected happened. I stopped doing this to improve myself. I was doing it because it felt good. I was addicted to beating yesterday's me. And here's the result, I lost 15 pounds not because I went on a diet, but consistency. I read 12 books not because I'm a genius, but daily 10-page progress. I got promoted at work not because I'm smarter, but because I improved one daily. My relationships improved, not because I'm perfect, but because I showed up better. Most importantly, my confidence soared, not bragging. I'm showing you what's possible when you compete with yesterday's you. And get this, the people I was originally comparing myself to? Some of them started asking me for advice because they noticed the momentum. And momentum is magnetic. People are attracted to people who are moving forward. Let me explain why this internal competition is so much more powerful than external competition. The problem with comparing to others. When you say, I want to be like that person, you're playing a losing game because 1, you don't know their full story. That successful person, they failed 50 times before succeeding at fit person. They trained for 5 years. You only see the highlight reel. 2, the goalpost keeps moving. If you reach their level, they'll be ahead. Again, it's a never-ending chase. You can never feel satisfied. 3, it kills motivation. If the gap is too big, you feel hopeless. Hopelessness kills action. Action, no change. Depression. Why? Competing with yesterday's you is different. 1, it's based on your data. You know exactly where you started. Know your struggles. You know what works for you. 2, every single day is a win opportunity. Sleep 8 hours instead of 6. Win meditate 5 minutes. Win have one difficult conversation. Win drink more water. Win 3, it's never-ending progress. You can always be one better. This creates a sustainable growth mindset. You feel satisfied and hungry. This is called intrinsic motivation. And studies show it's 10 times more powerful than external motivation. Let me give you real examples of people who mastered this. Example 1, the student. Meet Raj. He was failing math. He compared himself to the top student and thought, I can never be like them. I'm just not a math person. Then his teacher told him about competing with yesterday's him. Raj's goal: score 1 point better on his practice tests each day. Day 1, 40 out of 100. Day 2, 41 out of 100. Day 42 out of 100. Within 3 months, he was scoring 65 out of 100. He didn't become a genius. He became consistent. His final exam? 72 out of 100. He passed. More importantly, he discovered he could improve. He just needed the right framework. Today, Raj is studying engineering, all because he competed with yesterday's him. Example 2, the entrepreneur. Meet Sarah. She started a YouTube channel with 0 subscribers. She was tempted to compare herself to other creators. The channel has 1 million subscribers. Mine has 0. I'm a failure. Instead, she asked, can I make a better video than yesterday? Video 1, poor lighting, bad audio, shaky camera. 2 views, her mom and herself. Video 2, better lighting, still bad audio. 5 views. Video 10, pretty good production, decent content. 50 views. Video 50, solid channel, real audience. 2,000 views per video. Video 150K subscribers. She never compared herself to Mr. Beast. She only compared herself to last week's Sarah. Today, she has 250K subscribers and makes full-time income from YouTube. And it all started from, can I be better? Example 3. The person in recovery, meet Michael. He was overweight and depressed. He tried every diet, every gym, every program. Why? Because he was comparing himself to fitness models and thinking, I'll never look like that. I'm too far gone. Then one day he decided, I'm not trying to look like that. I'm trying to be healthier than yesterday. Day 1 he walked 10 minutes. Day 2 he walked 12 minutes. Day 5 he changed his breakfast to something healthier. No extreme diet, no extreme gym. Just, today, am I slightly healthier than yesterday? 18 months later, Michael lost 60 pounds, not because he became superhuman, but because he showed up one better 540 days in a row. He got married. His confidence came back. He says his life was reborn, and it started with one simple question, am I better than yesterday? Okay, so this works. But how do you actually do this? Here's your action. Plan step 1. Choose your areas today. 5 minutes. Don't try to beat yesterday's you in everything. You'll burn out. Pick 1 to 3 areas. Health skills, learning, relationships, career, finance, creativity. Choose areas that matter to you, not what society says matters. For example, if you don't care about fitness, don't pick IT. If learning excites you, pick it. Write these down. Step 2. Define one better. Today, 10 minutes for each area. Ask, what's the smallest improvement I can track? Examples: health exercise 5 minutes more than yesterday. Learning, read 5 pages more than yesterday. Relationships, 1 meaningful conversation. Career, learn 1 new skill concept. Finance, save 5% more than yesterday. Creativity, create something, write 100 words, draw, etc. Make it specific and measurable. Not be healthier, yes, do 30 minutes of cardio. Not learn more, yes, read 20 pages. Vague goals, no progress. Specific goals, momentum. Step 3. Track it visually. Week 1. This is crucial. You need to see your progress. Use a calendar with check marks, a simple spreadsheet, a habit tracker app, a notebook every day. You beat yesterday's you mark it. This creates what's called a progress loop. Completed task, see checkmark, dopamine hit, feel motivated. Do it again. Visual proof is powerful. When you see 7 check marks in a row, you don't want to break the chain. This is why the strategy works. Step 4. Celebrate small wins daily. And this is where most people mess up. They don't celebrate. They get to day 7 and think, big deal, I did something for a week. Wrong. Day 1 is huge. You broke inertia. Day 7 is huge. You proved consistency. Day 30 is huge. It's becoming a habit. Celebrate each milestone. Day 1. Acknowledge you started. Day 7. Treat yourself to something small. Day 30. Share your win with someone. Day 90. Celebrate the transformation. Small celebrations, sustained motivation. Step 5. Review weekly Sundays. Every Sunday, ask yourself, was I better this week than last week? If yes, great, double down. If no, what happened? Why did I slip? Was I too ambitious? Was I too distracted? Do I need to adjust my goal? This isn't about judgment. It's about learning how to adjust and try again. Remember, you're competing with yesterday, not perfection. Some days you'll crush it. Some days you'll barely make it. Both days count. You're still moving forward. Before you start, let me warn you about the mistakes people make. A mistake 1, being too ambitious. People say, I'm going to exercise 2 hours more than yesterday. I'm going to read 100 pages. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. And they last 3 days. 1 better is not exciting, but it's sustainable. Boring, ambitious, but burnout. Be boring. Build momentum. But mistake 2, comparing the wrong things. Don't compare outcomes. Compare effort. Yesterday, I showed up. Today, I showed up. That's the win. Not, yesterday I made 100. Today I made 80. I failed. Sometimes you show up and things don't go well. That's still a win because you showed up. Focus on the effort, not the result. Mistake 3, all or nothing thinking. You miss one day. You think, I've already failed. Might as well quit. Wrong. 1 missed day doesn't erase 30 days of progress. Tomorrow is a new day to beat yesterday's you. If you mess up, just start again the next day. That's all that matters. Here's what I want you to understand. This isn't just about self-improvement. This is about reclaiming your power. For years, you've been told you're not good enough. You're told you need to be successful, as that persona's beautiful, as that persona's smart, as that persona's rich as that person, and every time you failed to match them, you felt worse. But today I'm telling you something different. You don't need to be like anyone else. You just need to be better than you were, and that's something you have complete control over. You can't control your competition's actions, other people's opinions, economy, or past, but you can control whether you show up today, whether you're 1 better, whether you keep going or effort. And attitude is the source of real power. And when you realize that, everything changes. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the architect of your own future. So, here's my challenge to you for the next 30 days. Focus only on beating yesterday's you, not comparing yourself to anyone else, not waiting for the perfect moment. Not trying to be perfect, just 1% better. That's it. If you do this, I guarantee 3 things. 1, you'll feel more motivated than you have in years. 2, be a different person in 90 days. 3, you'll never go back to comparing yourself to others. In the comments, tell me what's 1 area where you're going to compete with yesterday's you. Tag a friend who needs to hear this message. And if this video helped you, please share it, because someone out there is drowning in comparison and needs to hear that they only need to compete with themselves. You've got this. Now stop watching and go be 1 better than yesterday. I believe in you, and don't forget to subscribe our channel